What's up, guys? How you going? It's been a while. It's been a while since I filmed because just life happened and I'm busy working. I know it's not an excuse because it's YouTube and I need to be there for you guys, and I'm really sorry. But I have something that might make you feel better. And I'm watching, surprise, surprise, a YouTube video based on makeup. But that's not what today is about. Today is about me building my gaming PC. Now, I've wanted one for a long time. Well, I mean, it has been a while, but I wasn't against the idea to begin with. It's just that I've always had a console to play games on. Like, I've had a PlayStation. Well, I currently have a PlayStation 4. I've also got an Xbox One. I'm just used to playing like on controllers. You know, and I'm at a desk at work all day and in a computer chair and on the keyboard. So I'm like, oh, I don't really want to, you know, spend 7 hours doing that at work and then come home and get on another computer and do that and get a hand cramp. I really want a PC that kicks ass, basically. Like with my video editing, it requires a lot of memory and RAM to process things at high speeds, and I was having trouble with my laptop, you know, not performing the best because it's a laptop, and not because it's old or like it's a good laptop, but it's just, you know, it doesn't have the graphics cards or the RAM and the, you know, the big stuff that a PC has. Yeah, sure, I could have gotten a pre-made one, which probably would have cost me a little bit less. But I was like, nah, stuff it. I'm going to go all out. I'm going to make it mine. I want, you know, to custom everything to what I want, you know, like a custom, like a pre-made custom build one already has stuff in it. And I mean, yeah, you can take stuff in and out, but it's mostly not very lenient. So I was like, no, I'm going to go all out. So without me talking a crap ton more, I'm going to show you what I got. I was going to do like a time lapse of us putting it together because I've got my partner and a couple of mates coming over to help. But it's probably going to be a bit hectic with all that. So I'll probably just show you guys the end result and hopefully some gameplay footage really kicking ass. So, I mean, I probably won't be any good for a long time. But anyway, let's just show you guys what I got. Okay, so this is just a brief overview of what I've got. Now I'm doing it on like a marble bench top with vinyl 12 floor tiles, not to cause static when building the PC, which obviously isn't what you want. So of course, like this is these two, the Razer extended mouse pad and quartz keyboard. This was limited edition. I got these two, I think these both are limited edition. They've got another pink keyboard, but it's kind of like, it doesn't have that section. I think it's got like a wrist pad section under here, which I didn't really want. And they've got one of these, but it's just a mouse pad and doesn't have, I don't believe, the LED lights around the top. This has got LED lights around it. Can be pink, can be blue, can be green, whatever, RGB. Anyway, but yeah, so I got this back in February because they released it and I wasn't 100% sure you know, what the timestamp was on how limited it was. So I was like, oh, crap, I'll get them now. So I got these two things in February. It's now May. Been a long wait, but well worth it. And then I got this pink Razer quartz mouse. The pink collection was called Quartz. But I mean, it's obviously pink, but it's called Quartz. This isn't limited edition, I don't think. There's also obviously a black one. There's stamp color, and there's a white one as well now, but I don't believe this is limited edition. But I was kind of worried because of how big it was, and I've got really small hands, and people were saying that it's quite awkward. Like, I think my computer mouse at work sits about here. Like, here's my my left clicker. Here's my right clicker and the thing in the middle. So it is a bit bigger, but it is quite comfortable to hold on the hand. Like, it's got that nice sort of rounded. It is ambidextrous. A lot of mouses these days, I think, especially gaming ones, are ambidextrous. I'm not left-handed, I'm right-handed. But sometimes if I do get a cramp, I could probably swap over, and it feels quite comfortable either way I do it. So I'm happy for both. I'll show you when it, you know, the PC is built and everything works. Fingers crossed, first time. But this lights up RGB. I believe the color wheel does, and also I think under the mouse there, like through that bit there, Can't remember. But anyway, it's RGB as well. And in saying that, the keyboard, let's just pop her up. How freaking pretty is that? So it's got a couple, like a little section where you can do that. Now I'm not sure if this is going to be annoying at all, especially when I start streaming or, you know, recording my gameplay, but keyboards are quite chunky. I'm used to a small keyboard at work, like, you know, the sort of flat ones, not the raised keys like these are. But this noise, I'm not sure how loud it's going to be sort of outside the plastic, and I'm hoping it won't be that loud, but I think it's like a proper gaming one, like you have to barely touch it and it clicks, which is good, I suppose, if you want to kill people one time. So there's that, and of course it's obviously RGB as well. Again, with that, it's an extended mouse pad, so I could have my keyboard here, the mouse, it's all in one. So I really kind of wanted that, more comfort, more room. It's, can't see with the light there, it's pink there with the thread keyboard, and that and the mouse had this sort of corded, threaded wire, which is really good. Makes it, you know, not break as much, which is awesome. Yes, it has RGB light around the edge of the mouse pad, which is just so cool. This is to go like on the inside of the case. It's a so I've got 3 cooling, or 3 fans in the case, pre-built in there. So 1, 2, 3, just to protect the inside of the case so that it doesn't get dusty heaps. Obviously got my Norton 360 or Norton, whatever it is, protection. I've also got a 250 gigabyte SSD. I only got 250 because I just want to run the Windows off it. It doesn't have an optical drive, so you can't use disk. It's USB only, which is fine. Like, I don't really have many games now that are 4 disc and everything's going digital, which is totally fine. But yeah, so I only wanted to run my operating system off that, which is plenty enough. And these are quite expensive. I was going to get just a regular mechanical hard drive, but I got a 2 terabyte SSD hard drive as well. For my operating system for that one, but for this one, for my games, it'll run quick off the SSD as opposed to just a hard drive. So I mainly got it for that, and yeah, 2 terabyte because of my games and my photography and photos, which take up a fair chunk using a camera, DSLR with a big JPEGs, or if you're shooting in RAW, which obviously contains more. I also got just another fan. This is an RGB fan because this fan here at the back is an exhaust fan to obviously suck the heat out, but it's only a black fan, where those 3 fans on the inside there are RGB. So they're RGB already, but this back one is black. Going RGB for everything, so wanted to get an extra one of that. My processor is an Intel Core i7 8700K. I got the K version because the K is better for gaming. It's VR ready, so if I ever want to get a VR set and give that a whirl, then I can. I was going to get the i9, but the i9 is still only really new and don't really need it. This is the recommended operating system, processor for games. And unlocked means, and the K, which is unlocked, means you can overclock it. So I think it had something like they've always got like a base clock of something. Don't know what it says here. Yes, so it's got 6 cores, overclocking capability, hyper-thread, which is good, turbo boost, and Intel UHD graphics, which is all pretty good. Overclocking just makes it that bit more powerful and runs your games a bit smoother and better. I also got obviously cooling system because you need that with a graphics card. I got the Cooler Master MasterLiquid, that one. Of course, RGB. Basically, when building a computer, you can go all playing with your stuff and put like a LED strip inside the case. Very minimal RGB things if you want. Don't have to have RGB. I love it because it's colourful. But basically, I wanted to go the opposite direction, get everything RGB inside my case, so I didn't have to put LED lights in the actual case. So it works. So I got a 2-fan one because I've got some pretty heavy stuff going on in here. So I just got the 2-fan with the liquid cooler that sits on the CPU, which is that. So you put that in, put the fan on top, the pump on top, good to go. I also then got the motherboard. I haven't unwrapped this, but this is the Intel motherboard, not an AMD one. It's also RGB. It's the Gaming Pro 7390 carbon AC. There's just the carbon version, but the AC is more of a sort of overclocking capability and gaming one, which is what I wanted. I just wanted to go all out. It is huge. Like my hand, it's huge. But that's where your the processor goes and everything sort of plugs in. This is going to be so fun to put together. It's going to be great. But I believe that this bit here lights up RGB. There's something else that does, but we'll check it out later. I think that does as well. Basically, that is my motherboard. And then we've got our power supply. Obviously, you need a power supply for anything because that's where your main power comes from. I got a 750 watt. I was going to get 700. It's 80 plus bronze, which is good. Warranty for 5 years. That's brilliant. But basically, and it's Cooler Master as well. I've got a lot of Cooler Master stuff because they do make pretty good stuff. I was going to get a 700 watt because I think the graphics card takes 250 roughly, but then they recommend you having a 650 watt power supply if you're going to overclock it, boost it, run games on absolute high graphics, which makes sense. You need something that's powerful enough to draw power and make it work. So 650, so I was like, I was going to go 1,000, but man, this PC cost, I won't say how much yet, but it did cost an arm and a leg. So I was like trying to be budget friendly where I could, and you can't really go budget friendly on your power supply, but I did get a 750. It was a pretty good price, but 750 would be totally fine for what I'm going to be doing here. And the graphics card, I won't take it out because it basically looks like this. The RGB will be up here. It's the GeForce RTX 2080 Gaming X Trio, which means I can overclock it. It's an 8 gig card. This little beauty was, I would say it was basically $1,200. Everyone's thinking, holy shit, that's just the price of my laptop. Well, yes, it's insane. This is the 2080 is one of the, newest cards on the market. There is the 2080 Ti, which is like a supercharged sports friggin' Ferrari version. But that's $2,000. And like, no thank you. That is just ridiculous. So I'm sticking with this. This will do more than what I want it to do, which will be totally fine. Now for my RAM, I got the G-Skill Trident Z Royal, and that is a very pretty case. This is the pièce de résistance of the case. It's silver. There was a gold version, but I'm a silver kind of gal, or white gold. I don't really like actual gold. But sorry for the camera shakes there on my iPhone. But it is 16, so they're two 8 gig cards at 3000 megahertz. I was going to get 3200 megahertz, but realistically, after about 3000 or 3200 megahertz, there are, more speeds. But they realistically, at the moment, don't do a great deal more. So, and I could have got like two 16 gigs. That would have made obviously 32. But I just chose to get 8 for now, and I can always upgrade it later on. But this will do what I need it to do. Plenty of RAM, plenty of memory, plenty of speed. This is amazing. Obviously very shiny, but these crystals up here have got RGB in them, obviously. RGB, hello. But basically they'll light up and they just look so perfect. So I'm so happy I got this. This was one of the main things, I suppose, that first got me to start wanting to build a PC. Obviously the keyboard. Honestly, I could just take that to work, to be honest. But this, I just had this vision of this beautiful PC, and I'm just absolutely stunned right now. I will take the plastic off soon. I just don't want to get it dusty and dirty on the inside too much. But it's it's plastic as opposed to tempered glass. It's a bit plastic, a bit bubbling there. Basically, it's got like a dimension cut down here. There's the face of the actual case, and it's got plastic on at the moment, but they're kind of like diamond cut shapes in here with the RGB fans, which when lit up like on the photos just look absolutely stunning. Right guys, so I'm going to show you a little bit of Battlefield 5 that I got up and running. I do have my USB, or well, desktop microphone plugged in. It is a bit echoey just because I'm just still trying to sort of fine tune the specifics of it. Like you can hear quite clearly in my keyboard when I bump my hand, you can hear it sort of vibrating off the microphone. So I'm going to have to sort of work out a better way to do that. I do have a microphone for my headset, but I feel like maybe that might be the way to go, but at the same time I want to be able to use this USB one because it's a studio sort of microphone. So with that, I'll just show you a bit of Battlefield 5 and the gameplay of my awesome gaming PC. The gameplay might not be so awesome though, because I kind of suck at it right now. I'm still trying to get used to the keys. So we're already in game. And all the other guys are probably arcading on me right now for being lazy. But yeah, it's just so different to playing on a controller. Like I have to use all these keys to try and do different things, and like with different keys you can assign different controls. Like sprinting used to be holding shift, but because my hands and they're so small and the way they're placed, to me tapping caps lock is more convenient, so that's what I just do to sprint. Just tap caps lock. Okay, it's running, if you can see up in the top right hand corner near the microphone module, in green it's running 60, 61, 59 frames per second, which is pretty good. I do have a 2080 graphics card and I can overclock it. I really want to. I mean, I don't need to really, but I've got it, so I could overclock it if I wanted to. So I'll have to work out how to do that later, because it does drop when a lot is going on, which is normal, but yeah, I did get it a bigger card, so I could overclock it with the CPU to make gameplay just that little bit more epic. Right now I don't seem to be getting so well. Oh shit. Oh dear.
Objective Charlie has been lost.
Just gonna hold breath. Oh. Oh, that sound effect is really nice. Come on, little sniper guy. I know you're still there. I can see your foot. That sound effect is really nice.
We have now taken the objective Baker.
I see someone. Oh, he is like right there. Oh shit, that was bad. Sorry guys, I'm a bad team person. Oh, I did actually hit someone. Ah.
Vergesst mir nicht!
Be aware that we are losing objective Taser.